Hey there, this is JJ from PianoDownloads.com, and I want to talk to you about an experience that I had with a certain manufacturer that I won't name the name of. This is a piano library, or it's a keyboard library that I purchased that it specializes in just keyboards. And if you can figure it out from there, you may have figured it out. You just won't hear the name of it from me. Now, mind you, I purchased this library, and mistake number one is that I purchased it without playing it. And mistake number two is, which is not entirely my fault, they don't have a demo on their website. They actually want you to go to a music store and check it out to see if it is something that you want to purchase. Now, this is a $300-$400 library, and it's a library that is endorsed by some players that I admire. And so with that, I purchased it, and it didn't run right on my machine. It didn't run to my standards. Now, it may have been up to their standards because their workaround for the issues that I was having, because they claimed that my machine was old, but even though my machine was up to spec as far as their minimum requirements, satisfactory to them is between 10 and 16 voices, which is what they told me to turn the voices down to. Now, the reason why I have Ivory pulled up here is I wanted to give you an example. If you're a professional player, I'm going to turn the voices down to 12, and Ivory gives you the option of 4, 8, 12, 16. So I'm going to turn it down to 12 and then play a little bit. And now, mind you, Ivory handles voices pretty intelligently. As you can hear, there was voices dropping out, but if I were to pedal this E flat, you can still hear that. Well, you could hear the E flat when I had the pedal down. It would have just rang. You can hear that E flat down there, and so it handles voices pretty intelligently. So if it may work like I'm playing some chords here, because I only got 10 fingers, so this might work. However, if you hold on the pedal too long, you'll hear voice dropouts. Now, it works because when I let off the pedal, it works for some things, because if I'm pedal happy, it's going to free up. Voices are going to free up. If I'm playing a whole bunch of notes, voices are going to free up. But in real world playing, that works, but you can hear voice dropouts. Yeah, with that run, your voice is dropping out. So if you're a professional player, it may work. If you write or if you do tracks for people, you can have 12 voices because you can just freeze the track, or you don't have to worry about the real-time aspect of it. This particular library, I play live, and I can't have voices dropping out. So and their software maxes out at 64 voices, which 64 is just fine. If I turned it up to 64, and it'll handle, most software libraries handle voices intelligently to where it's not gonna matter. It handles it intelligently. So I'm up to 57 voices, not a problem. Hardware, our hardware synths were 64 voices. Some were 128, some were 256, and even with the way they handle voices, you hit one note, you use two voices. But with that said, all of my libraries, other than this library that I purchased, ran fine. This is Synthetgy Ivory. I'm running with a solid state drive, so I can crank the voices up to 500 and not have an issue. mistake. So I'm at 90 voices. So I can do this and keep stacking up voices. 146. Now I'm not gonna play like that, but Jordan Rudess, I'm not. But if I needed those voices, they're gonna be there. All of my libraries, piano-wise, I'm able to just whatever I throw at it with a solid-state drive. I have plenty of RAM. It's just an old machine. So with that said, this manufacturer, the product works when you do those steps. But if the product isn't up to your liking, the only way you're going to know that is if you demo it on your machine, if there's a demo you can download, or if you go to a music store and you play it yourself. Now, mind you, when you go to a music store, they may have a faster machine than you. But I basically want users and my user base out there to be informed. If you're going to get into this library thing, I'm pianodownloads.com. We're doing reviews on libraries. And my advice to you guys and gals, demo it, play it, because it's not just about how it sounds, it's about how it plays as well. And if it doesn't play to your, that could be how it reacts, the velocity, it could be the amount of voices, it could be how it reacts, how it runs on your machine. Are they dropouts or glitches? Is your machine up to par? The only way you're going to know that is to play it and demo it on your machine. In my particular situation, the manufacturer gave a minimum requirement, which my machine met, but it still was not up to my standards because I could not run more than 18 voices without there being glitches and dropouts. So that's an issue. So get a demo, play the demo, now, in this manufacturer's defense, they say that they're going to release an update that will cut the CPU requirement in half. My machine, though it's old, already meets the requirement. So with that said, be an informed buyer, and thank you very much. More to come from pianodownloads.com.